Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's little Facebook live chat. I hope you are doing amazing. If you're watching the replay or you're joining me, oh my gosh, I need to do my nails so bad. Look at that, they are chipped like mad. If you're just joining me on the replay or joining me live, I have been having an amazing week. I'm hanging outside today. I was going to go live from my hammock because just like, why not? There's a reason I became my own boss. But the angle was not great. It wasn't just a double chin. It was like, I don't know how to say the like octagon. It was an octagon chin. That many. There was 8 chins. I'm going to sound really stupid now if an octagon's not 8. But yeah, there was a multiple chin situation happening. So I'm just hanging out here in my backyard with you guys. And the live I did the other day sparked quite a bit of controversy, the one about leaving network marketing. And I had a couple of follow-up posts kind of planned for that I wanted to share, because that brought up a lot of questions, a lot of feedback. So those are kind of things that I do want to address and chat with you guys about. But I woke up this morning and I always, as I do every morning, I was doing my gratitude journaling, having my lemon water, doing my gratitude journaling, just like asking what do I need to share with people today? And that's really just what I said. Hi, Anna. Hi, everyone who's jumping on. I just asked myself, like, what do I need to share today? And I think what I needed to share with you was the 4 biggest money beliefs that are holding all my clients back. Every time, it's pretty much the same conversation every time I start working with a client one-on-one. We go through the conversation about where they're at, where they're stuck, where they're frustrated, and guaranteed at least these 4 beliefs will come up, because these are the things that are holding women back the most. And I'm gonna bullshit you guys. I copied a shit from talking about money, because I don't think people are very comfortable with women talking about money, women talking about success, women talking about being financially independent. And there's so many other things I could go into about patriarchy and, why they want women to be involved. But at the end, what's important for me and why I talk about, I cop shit, money hungry whore. It happens. Oh, by the way, guys, let me know if you can hear me okay. It's showing up audio all right on my end, but I'm not sure. So if you're watching, could you please put in the comments if you can hear me? What was I saying? Yes, about why I believe women need to be wealthy, why I talk about money is because it is really hard to be the best mum that you can be. It is really hard to contribute to society in a way where you can impact a lot of people. It's hard to live in your passion and live in your impact people in the way you fucking terrified about money. Really, really hard to be present, incredible mum that you want to be when you're stressed bills. I mean, no 7-year-old girl plays mummy or daddies with her dollies and pretends to be a mum. She's like, no 7-year-old dreams of turning 30 and being terrified about the electricity bill. Like, it just doesn't happen. When you think of being the most incredible mum that you want to be present and mindful, and you want to be calm and patient with your kids, and all of that is really, really hard to do when you are just fucking terrified about money. So I believe every person and every woman has the right to feel financially secure, so that she can step into her purpose and step into her passion, whether that is just completely raising her children, whether that is an amazing career, whether that's study, whether that's starting her own not-for-profit charity, all that type of stuff. To do that when you are defaulting on your mortgage, when your car's, you can't pay your, it's really hard to, be the best version of you when you're financially fucked. So that's what I want to empower women to have permission to become wealthy, permission to become financially secure. So it's not about like, oh, I want money, 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 give me money, money, money. I just want all these piles of money that I'm just going to like swim around in my gigantic. it's about I want you to feel financially secure, so then you can step into whatever it is that you want to do with your life. If that's just being the most amazing mum you can be, if that's opening your own charity, if that's just giving you time so that you can volunteer at a soup kitchen, if it's creating that incredible business with that product, or, you know, those organic breast pads that are going to be able to help millions of women all over the world, have financial security to be able to really be the best you. Okay, it's really hard to love and be like, I'm going to really take care of myself, I'm going to start exercising, I'm going to start eating really well organic food, when you're also going, but I can't afford it, right? So I believe women should get comfortable with the idea of being wealthy. I believe all of us need a certain level of security that comes from financial security, to be able to actually reach the best versions of ourselves. And it's not about telling everyone like you need to become a millionaire, because if you don't want that, that's totally cool. But we all know there's a certain amount of money that we need to be able to maintain our, to be able to keep a roof over the head for our, like a roof over our head for our family, to be able to have a certain level of kind of fun and experiences in life, to keep our kids in school, to keep food on the table. There's a certain amount of money that you need for that. And all I want to do is make sure that you are achieving that and your relationship with money is improving. So what I want to chat with you guys is the 4 money beliefs that are holding you back. And these are just the with my clients. So you may have completely different sort of stopping you, or you might have some of these and you've got some other ones, but these are just the 4 most common ones that I'm experiencing with my one-on-one clients and with the beautiful women in my Money for Mummy course. This is kind of, oh, wrong. I'm looking in the mirror and I'm because it's backwards on Facebook Live and it's messing me up. So these are the 4 most common beliefs that I feel people really need to work through to start stepping into that version of themselves which is comfortable with making a lot of money. And so the first one is, and I'll give you a little bit of backstory on my money history. I've spent my entire life watching my mum panic about bills, watching my mum panic about how much my dad spends, watching my mum spend hours and hours and hours on the phone, you know, to Telstra trying to get $20 off her bill, or spending hours and hours and hours on the phone to the insurance company trying to negotiate a cheaper price. So I watched a lot of my childhood and a lot of my life being taken up with mum's money stress. And I know that that stemmed from her childhood growing up. It was a one income welfare household, and the power, electricity, everything would get cut off regularly because they didn't have much money at all. So I know that her poverty mindset stemmed from that. And I spent most of my childhood watching my mum stress about money. So in my association, my mum's an incredible mum, by the way. She's badass legend, my total hero. But my story of what a good mum was someone who managed all the financials, someone who, you know, I was responsible for all the money. I was responsible for all the stress. If we didn't have money, it was my fault. If we did have money, it was my responsibility how to manage it. I didn't really let my husband get involved much in the money because I felt like that was my burden to carry. As a good mum, money was my problem. I had to find the solutions. I had to take care of it. I was responsible for it. So first, that's kind of like where my money story began. We've gone up and down, up and down. We have months where we make a lot and a lot and a lot of money, and then we have the next month we make absolutely nothing. So it's been this continuous cycle for us, up and down with money especially for Aaron and I over the last 11 years together. I hit rock bottom a couple of years ago. There was $300 in our account, and our mortgage was due to come out, and our car payments are due to come out. And, you know, our Centrelink stopped. They actually, you know, I'd made a little bit too much money, but not enough to actually survive. And Centrelink was like, nope, you don't get any more money. And we had literally no money come in for a month. We had $300 in the bank, and that was rock bottom for me. That's like, we're going to lose our house. Our car's going to get repossessed. I can't pay bills. I can't put food on the table. I don't know what to do. And I was just totally fucked. But that's when I looked back on my life and realized that I create this cycle, because I was so terrified of not being broke. Being broke gave me purpose. It gave me as that I'm a good mum because I take care of the money. I stress about things. I worry. I take care of the budget. I make sure we've got enough to eat. That was my purpose. And so if we were really, really wealthy, I wouldn't have all that stress. I wouldn't have all that purpose and all that adrenaline and all that drive. And the minute I realized that, I went, oh my God, this is all mindset work. This has nothing to do with how much money I physically make. This has nothing to do with, you know, whether the government, the economy, whether we have 2 kids, 1 kid, no kid. This has nothing to do with it. It is all totally mindset. And that's when I started diving into reading every single book I could get my hands on about law of attraction, money manifestation, actual budgeting and finance. And, you know, in a couple of short years, I've been able to turn everything around. So that's a little bit of my backstory, to now to the point where I'm super passionate about empowering women and mums to actually step into their full potential. Because when you're broke and you're financially struggling and you're just totally screwing yourself with the choices that you're making, you cannot step into your full potential. So when you can take care of your money, if you knew that you had every single bill paid, if you knew your mortgage is taken care of, your kids' school fees, do you think that you might be able to step more into your full potential as a woman? Yeah. And that's what I want for everyone. It's not about turning every single mum I see into a millionaire or a badass business hustling babe. It's about helping them see their full potential. So 4 money beliefs that are holding you back. Let's do this. Otherwise, I could chat for hours about why I'm so passionate about this and actually not help you. I need to help you. So the number 1 money block, I'm going to write this in. Number 1 is, I've written them down so I don't forget anything. Waiting for someone else to save you. Now, this is a long-standing block. It is a generational block. It is a society block. Because you think up until a couple of generations ago, what was, 100 years ago, what was the main function of a woman? She was meant to be taught how to be a wife, taught how to get a husband. She was released into society, and her sole focus was to snag a husband who would take care of her, get married, and shoot out multiple children. That's kind of what we've been told. That's what we've been conditioned to be a part of. I mean, and this is not something that was like, oh, that's hundreds of years ago, it doesn't exist now. It is starting to exist less. As a child, I participated in 2 debutante balls. So I was released into society. I was taught how to dance, how to hold myself, how to speak to a gentleman, how to sit correctly with my legs like crossed over nicely, how to use knives and forks, how to set a table. Like, I was taught all these skills to be a good wife. I was taught all these skills to get a husband. It was kind of like this conditioned thing. Find a man who would take care of you. So there's this thing within us as women that we've been told we are not enough and we need someone to save us. So whether that's a man, whether that's our parents that keep bailing us out, whether that's society, we expect the government to pay more for this, the government to pay more for that, whatever it is, we are waiting for someone to save us. And when for me, I think part of me as a child, I was like, and I love my parents, I do, so grateful for them, but I remember them repeatedly saying, this is what you look for in a man, Shona. He needs to be earning at least over $100,000 a year. You're looking at doctors, lawyers, geologists, emergency service. You need a man that's got a stable, secure, well-paying job to take care of you so you can be a mum, so you can have kids. And it's this thing of like waiting for a man to save us, waiting for, some people it's their parents, they're continuously borrowing money off their parents, or just you have this belief that maybe your parents took care of you your entire life, and we get into really, really bad credit card debt, and we just kind of like muddling through, waiting to win the lottery, waiting for our parents to pay us out, waiting for our inheritance, waiting for a man to come along with a great job and just sweep us off our feet and save us. And it just doesn't happen. Have you guys experienced this? If anyone's on, like, have you been waiting for someone to save you financially? Like, when I met my husband, I didn't have any debt. We met when we were 16. There was still a part of me that was always going like, all right, well, he's a mechanic now, but surely he's going to want a better job eventually, because I knew, like, mechanics don't get paid shit, right? But I got pregnant at 19. We just bought a house. I was the main income earner. I've always been the main income earner for our family because my husband made like sweet fuck all. There was a time, I just delivered my son, Eric. I worked pretty much 7 days a week my entire pregnancy, which actually ended up putting me in hospital with preeclampsia due to like swelling, stress, blood pressure, early labor, everything. But because he was still an apprentice. My husband made $300 a week and our mortgage was $325, and I was about to go on maternity leave and have our son. So I've always been the main bread earner. My husband has never made a lot of money, but there was still a part of me that kind of felt like it's all going to be okay because one day he's going to realize, one day he's going to go and get a better job. Or it was this, one day we're going to win the lottery. One day it's going to be okay. One day we're going to get a really big payout. Like, it was just this like waiting for someone else to save me. And it took me going, wait a minute, the maximum amount of money my husband can earn is what he's earning now. And he's making good, like, okay money now. I still make a bit more than him. Love that. But like, that's as much as he can earn. If he wants to make any more money, he has to fly away and do a month away at the mines and 2 weeks back and stuff. And he's too much of a hands-on dad to really cope with that. But it was this I had to stop waiting for him to want to get a better job. I had to stop waiting for the magic $1 million lottery to come. I had to stop waiting for this break. And I had to realize I need to create this. It is up to me now. If I want financial security for my family, if I want an amazing life, if I want wealth, it's up to me. And that's where it's responsibility equals empowerment. But there's some part of you, if you're waiting for someone else to save you, if you are, thinking, oh, my husband will take debt, or, maybe you're single and you're like, my husband that doesn't exist yet, but he's coming, he's going to have a great job and this credit card debt's all going to be fine. Or, when I get the inheritance from so-and-so, I'll pay all this out. Or one day my parents will bail me out if it gets to, if someone is just continuously saving you, you're not taking responsibility. When you don't take responsibility, that leaves you disempowered. You're giving away your financial independence. You're giving someone else. You're giving control over your life, over your finances, over your happiness, over your security. You are disempowering yourself, because when you're looking for someone to save us, you're basically saying, I'm not enough. I can't save myself. I'm not worthy. I'm not enough. This is the kind of self-talk that goes on when you're waiting for someone else to save you. But the fact is, you need to save you. We know that by waiting for someone else to save us, that is disempowering. So to feel empowered, to make empowered decisions, to become an empowered woman, you need to take responsibility. Yes? Yes. I feel like I could leave it there and just walk away, but I'm not. I'm going to give you 3 more money beliefs that are holding you back. Money belief number 2. I'm going to write this down first. So if you guys have any questions about number 1 before I go into number 2, I'm just going to write it in. Hit me up with your questions. I would love to actually take this time to work through some of your money blocks. Oh. And I just ended the video. Don't want to do that. All right, number 2. Number 2 is I'm not good with money. Who's ever thought this before or said it? Or who actually believes they're not good with money? Like me, for years. For years, I was like, I'm not good with money. Every time I get a lot of money, I blow a lot of money. Like, do you feel like you're good with money, or do you feel like you're not good with money? And here's the thing I want you to guys think about. When you are born, like you're a little baby, you've just like popped out from wherever. You're a little baby. Do you come out like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, hi, mommy, I was just born and it was really weird. I came out your vagina talking? No. When you are born, you don't know how to speak, and you don't know how to walk, and you don't know how to run, and you don't know how to write the alphabet or climb a tree. When you are born, you don't know, but you learn. So saying I'm not good with money is really, you got to change that around to I'm not good with money yet. And it's a choice to learn. So if you keep believing I'm not good. We know that what you say, our thoughts and our words create belief systems, which then becomes our reality. That's kind of like the pattern. That's the structure of how our life and our beliefs are made up. So if you're telling yourself, I'm not good with money, I'm just no good with money, you start to believe that. And then that belief stops taking action to actually change it. If you say I'm not good with money and you start believing I'm not good with money, and then you start making like fuck ups with your money, it's because you're telling yourself you're no good with money, right? It's like going, I've done a lot of public speaking before, and it's actually something I really enjoy. So I'm a little bit of a freak like that. But I would always get backstage, and if I was starting to feel really nervous and starting to freak out, you know how sometimes you would tell yourself, oh my God, I'm so nervous. And it would kind of make you more nervous. Whereas instead, if someone goes like, how are you feeling? You're nervous. And you're just like, actually, I feel like amazing. I'm really excited. This is going to be so fun. Suddenly you're less nervous, right? So telling yourself you're not good with money makes you worse with money. By choosing to say, you know what, I'm learning about money. Maybe you're not ready to say like, I am a badass with money. I'm a fucking queen at manifesting money. Maybe you're not ready to say that yet. That's totally cool. But at least go, I am learning more about money. I am better with money. I am, you know, changing my mindset towards money. There's lots of, you know, steps you can take. So if you keep believing you're not good with money, you completely avoid taking action to actually change that. So if you go, oh, I'm not good with money, I'm not good with money, and someone's there like trying to give you the Barefoot Investor book, or they're trying to, like, you're watching this and, you know, I'm going like, join Money for Mummy and I will make you better with money. And you're just like, oh, no, I'm not good with money. Like, it's not for me. Like, that belief basically just puts up a gigantic wall, a gigantic block between you and the progress and the beliefs and the attitudes and the actions you need to take to actually become good with money. So one of the first things you can do is stop saying you're no good with money. It is one of the hardest things to do, but it's actually one of the easiest things to do, because for me, I never said I'm no good with money. My statement that was blocking me with my coach was, oh, we're so fucked with money. I would just be like, we're just fucked. We don't have any money. We're totally fucked. And the biggest thing my coach had to do with me, Lauren, oh, love her, was she's like, you're not allowed to say that anymore. You're not allowed to say it to me. You're not allowed to say it to Aaron. You're not allowed to say it at all. Those words are forbidden from coming out your mouth. Stop saying, looking at my bank account and going, we're fucked. We're absolutely fucked. More money started coming in. It was the freakiest, yet most amazing thing. It's like, your words are so powerful. Who's watched Harry Potter? Who's a Harry Potter fan? Last movie, Dumbledore says to Harry, I'm totally getting my nerd on here, that words are the most powerful form of magic we have. They are, because when you start to speak it, it starts to become true to you. It's like a woman, like the supermodels that get in front of the mirror and call themselves ugly all the time. They start to really believe it. Me, eating disorder, look in front of the mirror, call yourself ugly all the time. Suddenly you actually start to believe it. Suddenly your body starts to change to match your belief system. So stop saying you're not good with money. A great thing you can do, obviously, from stop saying it, is to actually start taking little steps to build your confidence with money. If you truly believe you're not good with money, I want you to open your bank account every single day and like set an alarm if you have to. First thing you do when you wake up, check your bank account. And just when you are checking it, be grateful for what is there. It's that tiny mindset shift. Instead of checking your bank account and being like, we are so fucked. How, and you start to go into a panic. How am I going to survive? I don't even have money to wipe toilet rolls. We're going to have to wipe our asses on leaves. Like that level of panic, which by the way, has happened to me. Not that I wipe my bum on a leaf, but the bank account and gone, there is not enough money for toilet paper. That's when you cannot afford to wipe your ass. Something got to change right now. That's the moment where you can, instead of going, oh my God, we're so screwed, we don't have enough money, I need to make more money, how do I fix this, how do I fix this, just be grateful for what is there. Open your bank account every day, be grateful for what is there, say it out loud, like, money, I'm so grateful for that $2.70, so grateful for that. Better than nothing, right? You know, open your bank account, get comfortable with money, because if you're someone who's been hiding from your money issues, hiding from your bank account, hiding, you know, you get the bills and you just kind of like put it away, get the credit card statement, just pay the minimum, like ignore it, it's fine, it's all good, right? We don't have to talk about money problems. If you're someone who's been hiding for your money, building your confidence becomes with little daily things, like going online every morning, checking your bank account and being grateful. Just get comfortable with seeing money, and you'll be surprised how actually more money starts to come into your life just by doing these little things. That is a little step towards building your confidence. Do you guys think you could do that? Is that like super easy? Chances are you do it anyway, or not if you're a money hider. I would hide from money, and I would lie about money. I would lie to my husband. I would lie to my coach. She'd be like, how much money have you got? And I'd be like, none, absolutely none. We're so broke. And there was like $7,000 in there. Or other times I'd be like, yeah, we're doing okay. And there was like, yeah, $2.70. Couldn't even afford to buy toilet paper in there. And eventually you've got to have some difficult conversations about money. She totally broke me. Like I bawled for 2 days. And she's like, you are hiding from money. You are ignoring it. You are not taking responsibility. Like, get your shit together. And that difficult conversation changed my life. But you need to build your confidence around money. Maybe you're not ready to go from totally broke, we're so screwed, we're so fucked, I'm no good with money. I can't, that can't just magically get affirmations and just be like, I'm a badass and money comes to me effortlessly and easily. And money's just flowing and I'm just magic and naked manifesting on a mountaintop, whatever. There's a big gap between we're fucked and that type of manifestation. But you can take a tiny step towards building your confidence with money, building your relationship with money by getting comfortable with money, looking at it every day, paying attention to your money and building that relationship with money. In week 5 and 6 of Money for Money, it's all about building your relationship with money, writing a love letter to money, clearing your energy. Realize that you are having a relationship with money right now, whether it is a toxic, negative, abusive relationship, or whether it's, a positive, mutually beneficial relationship with money. You are having a relationship with money right now. And the only person, no one's going to come and save you, as we talked about in point 1, the only person who can change that money relationship, who has the power to improve that money relationship, it's you. That's it. It's you. So build your confidence by daily looking at your money, being grateful for what money you do have, and just getting comfortable with seeing your money. And then you eventually get comfortable with seeing that money grow, which is fun. All right, money belief. Any questions about that before I go into number 3? Anyone that's just joined, we are doing the 4 money beliefs that are really just fucking you up. And we're kind of working through it together as a group. Okay, I'm typing it so people who are looking at the replay can quick find it. With money are greedy or not spiritual. Who else has thought this before? People with money are greedy. People with money are greedy, or people with money are not spiritual. This is an interesting conversation. Being in the industry that I'm in now with coaching and life coaching, sorry, it is a topic of conversation that comes up a lot of the time, because you've got 2 different camps. You've got people that are like, money empowers me to impact more lives. Money empowers me to create more and be in my purpose and be more spiritual. And then you've got the people that are like, money is the root of all evil, and if you want to be truly happy, you need to go and live in a yurt and eat mung beans and kale, and money has no influence on our life. So it's an interesting conversation. It's one that's coming up. Oh yeah, sneaky little product plug here, obviously. My mugs. Hot mess mama, human as fuck mugs. He does taste better in them. I can vouch for that. Stirring with my finger, by the way. Don't judge me. That's hot. Did I ever tell you guys about, I'll get back to the money stuff, I promise. I was at the traffic lights the other day in the city, and what was I eating? I think I was having peanut butter and celery sticks, and I got peanut butter on my fingers, and I was pulled up at the traffic lights, and I was in my Jeep, and I had the windows down, and I was like, whatever, and I got peanut butter all over my finger as I've been eating. Probably driving, whatever. I was hungry. Eating disorder recovery, you have to eat at set times during the day. And I just peanut butter all over my finger, and without even thinking, I was just like, peanut butter's sticky. I was trying to get this off my hand. And then I looked, the guy next to me in this beat up work ute, and he's just like, I think he come in his pants. I was a little bit worried. He was just like, oh damn, like this. And I'm like, drive. I probably sped. I took a turn trying to get home. I needed to get away from that car because he kept pulling up at the traffic lights, and he's just like looking at me, waiting for me to do it again. I'm like, I was not trying to do anything to you. There was a peanut butter situation. I'm sorry. Like, it really worried me, and it's made me really conscious of the whole finger sucking. Now, anyway, back to talking about money. So the next belief, people that money are greedy or not spiritual, and it's just not true. This is something, it's part of the money story, which if you guys want to see more about that, there should be a replay and a podcast. I did a whole live, I think last week, about money stories, maybe the week before, that was really, really helpful to so many of you, I know. But about the money story, it is, you know, think about the movies you watched as a kid. Think about the TV shows, the books you read, the people around you. Maybe you had an uncle who made a lot of money and didn't get along with your dad. So, you know, they would always make comments about he was greedy or selfish or not a nice person. What are the beliefs? If you think about a rich person, what is the first thing that pops into your head? A lot of us think that they don't deserve it, that they've done something evil or wrong or unethical to get that money, that they've stepped all over everyone just to reach the top. Like, think about how many of you grew up watching The Simpsons. Like The Simpsons, everyone knows The Simpsons. Everyone watched The Simpsons. I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons, the Simpsons, but when I'd go around to friends' houses, we would sneak and watch it. I was not allowed to watch it. I was allowed to watch the fucking news. I'm not joking. 4:30 report, 5 o'clock, 5:30 report, 6:30 report, 7:30 report, the late report. That was our life. But everyone else got to watch The Simpsons. Mr. Burns, you grew up watching a rich, evil person. So when you think about a rich person, when you think about someone with wealth, your brain already has these links, and ultimately goes back to those files that says rich people are bad and greedy and evil and will step all over everyone to get to the top. And it's just not true. All of the wealthy people I know worked so hard to get where they are. They did the right thing. They help people. They add value to people's lives. Being rich, being wealthy does not mean dirty, greedy, evil at all. At all. I grew up with family friends of ours who were really, really, really wealthy. Like, I mean, millionaires, right? I also, we had, you know, one family of friends that were self-made millionaires through a real estate business. We had other friends who had won the lottery twice. And then the people who lived in front of our holiday shack had also won the lottery twice and owned a winery. We were surrounded by wealthy people, and yet my family always had something bad to say about all of them. They had some good stuff to say too, but it was like, well, they're not really happy, or they're scamming a lot of people, or, well, they don't have, so what's the, like, you can either have lots of money or you family and be happy. There was all these subconscious messages around me. But once I got older, I realized, like, looking at those people, they were actually not like greedy, evil, scammy, yucky, dirty people. You know, the real estate people and self-made millionaires through real estate, they actually, you know, owned part of the real estate agents, which was in support of housing trust homes. They would literally buy the homes for the government to put families in that who couldn't afford housing into housing. Like, they were incredible people and donated thousands of dollars every single year to not-for-profits. You know, the other family who owned the winery, he did make some bad choices, but that didn't mean his entire family were these scammy, scummy people. And then the other family who'd won the lottery, they'd made some bad decisions with money too, but they won the lottery twice. And the people that they were before they won the lottery and the people after, they grew and developed so much. So as an adult now, I can see the differences. But so think about this. All right, I'm just going to check comments quickly. Okay. I still have those mental blocks I'm recognizing about money being greedy, selfish, and evil. Yeah, because it's reaffirmed. Everything around society is focused on reaffirming that belief. Because if you think about this, what would happen to the world if we all realized we could be abundantly wealthy and create residual income and be total badasses? What would actually happen? The entire system would crumble. It's like, what would actually happen if women started loving themselves? billion-dollar industries would just turn to dust. The world does not profit by you being successful. The world profits by you being a great little worker bee and just staying in your box, staying in debt. That's how the world survives. So they will consistently reaffirm all these bad stories, and you have to have enough lady balls to kind of go like, no, I know better. That's not true. By recognizing I can pull it up and correct it, readjusting beliefs every time those thoughts sneak in. Exactly. All the time. And it's like, I've been called money hungry before. You know, it happened last week again. Like, why do you talk about money so much? Like, just can't you be happy? Money's not everything. And I'm like, well, when you don't have money, money is everything. Trust me. Like, when you're getting your power turned off, money is everything. So it's all good to say money is not everything when you're making $60,000 like a month. That's fine. So people will consistently tell you you are greedy, you're not allowed to like make money, but that is a reflection of them trying to undermine your confidence, trying to undermine your abilities. Because if you're really successful because you choose to be successful, that threatens all they know about the world. But anyway, I will go into that on another live. I really got to get this fourth done. And this is the thing, like, we need to stop seeing every rich person as someone who's evil or nasty or yucky, right? Because we don't know what it took for them to get where they are today. And one day I was in the supermarket, and the woman in front of me in the line was just she was a real cow, actually. She knocked my trolley, and then she was being really rude to the man at the desk and everything, and just being a total cow, right? And I just thought, oh my God, you're an asshole. Like, you're being you, right? And we got out, and as I was loading my shopping into my car, I realized that she was in the car next to me, and she was bawling her eyes out. And so I got the kids in the car, and then I knocked on her window. I'm just like, hey, like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And she's like, you know, I'm so, like, my dog died this morning, and I don't know what to do. I've had her for 16 years, and my dog just died, and I don't know what to do. I'm so upset, and, you know, I just feel like my world's ended. I'm going to cry thinking about it again. Like, she was literally heartbroken. And so every time someone is an asshole, someone is rude, cuts me off in traffic, I just think maybe their dog died this morning. That's what I think, because it's like, you have no idea what that person's been through in their life, no idea what's led up to that moment where you're having that interaction with them. Maybe their dog just died this morning. That was the reason she was being such a moron in the shopping center, being a bitch to this guy at the checkout, because she was just so overcome with grief, didn't know how to deal with it. And it's not excusing her behavior at all, but it just reminds me that, you hear the rain, right? I have no idea what someone else is going through on that day. Just like we have no idea the struggles and the trials and the tribulations and the things people have had to learn and overcome to become that rich, successful person that we see. So we just see, oh my God, they make a lot of money, they must be an asshole. The fact is, they've probably worked really hard to get where they are. So every time you see someone rich and successful and you have like those thoughts come up, I want you to just challenge those thoughts. They're not greedy, awful people. Maybe they're just working just as hard as you are. Yeah? All right. Questions about that before I move on? I keep scrolling up instead of down to check comments. Let me know if that one resonated with you, or if you still think rich people are assholes. All right. Next one is, I'm not blank enough. Actually, I'm taking my earrings out. They're hurting. They're very pretty. Pretty, but they hurt. After a while, and I've been wearing them all morning. All right, so not question number 4, limiting belief number 4, money belief number 4. I'm not blank enough. So when I say that statement to you, when you see that right now, I want you to rewrite it with what you think. I'm not smart enough. I'm not thin enough. I'm not talented enough. I'm not patient enough. I'm not, you know, what is it for you? What do you feel that you're not enough of to become an amazing, wealthy woman? There was two always for me. Just generally, I'm not enough. That's been a massive problem my entire life, is feeling like I'm not enough. It was, I'm not smart enough. And it was, I'm not thin enough. Because I associated really successful women with physically looking a certain way. So there was this subconscious sabotaging block where I wouldn't let myself be successful, or I wouldn't acknowledge that I could possibly be successful unless I was a size 8. And so now I needed to learn to own being a fat CEO. I definitely need to start that hashtag, fat CEO, that you could be successful without looking a particular way, but that I'm not smart enough as well. That was a big one. I felt like I haven't gone, like I've gone to uni, but I didn't study business. I don't have a degree in law. I'm not smart enough to know all this stuff. So when you say, I'm not blank enough, that is probably one of the most damaging beliefs you can have, not only about yourself and just your own self-discovery journey in your life and your self-worth, but about money as well. Because what it's saying, it's disempowering for you, because it's saying that you need to be more. It's saying that you are not enough. It's reaffirming that you need someone else to save you because you're not enough. It's reaffirming, that you're not enough of something, and these other rich and greedy people are more of something, so they deserve it more than you deserve it. But it's just not true, right? So I'm not enough. And, what is it for you guys? What do you feel like you are not enough of? What do you feel like you're not enough of? And why do you feel that way? Because were you born feeling not enough, feeling not thin enough, not feeling smart enough, not feeling talented enough? No, you were taught somewhere along the line in your life that a part of you wasn't enough to be successful. There is no difference between you and Beyonce. Natural singing ability aside. No difference. 24 hours a day, one heart, one human body. The difference is mindset. I know some incredible singers. I don't know if you guys know this, but in high school, I was part of a choir that actually toured the United States. We went and did a bunch of concerts. So I was singing, not at a professional level, but certainly going around touring and singing. And the singers that I met along the way, like goosebumps, shivers, bawling my eyes out every time they sang. What is the difference between those people with natural talent and Beyonce? Mindset. They think they're not enough. She decided she was enough. She decided to be successful. You are one choice away from an incredibly different life. There is no difference between you and Beyonce. You are enough. You just have to decide to be enough. Because if you keep waiting for someone else to tell you you're going to be enough, if you keep waiting for someone else to save you, if you keep waiting for someone to say, I think you are amazing and you can do it, you'll be waiting forever. Because what happens as women, I say to my best friend, you are a fucking rock star and you're amazing. And she goes, oh, no, I'm not. Don't be silly. Because that's women. That's what we do. We're like, yeah, no, thanks. Oh, no. It's a beautiful dress. And we don't go, thank you. I love it too. Someone says, oh, your dress looks amazing. And you go, oh, this whole thing, I don't know, like, awkward. No compliments. If you are waiting for someone to give you permission to be incredible, you'll be waiting forever. So you give yourself permission. You are enough. So to bring up your own self-worth, to bring up your own self-value, obviously self-love, incredibly important. Taking time for yourself. I actually have an ebook. I'll find the link and put it in here about self-care, which you have a full self-care menu. Like, these are all the things to try. Take a bubble bath, go for a walk, eat some nourishing food, paint your nails like I need to do. Do something for yourself to increase your value. And self-worth is important. Self-love is important. I teach on this. My entire course around Human as Fuck School, my entire retreat is based around self-worth and self-love. It is important. The missing step sometimes for a lot of people, and that conjoins with money mindset, is understanding your value. You can do self-worth and you can start to feel worthy as a human being, but you need to understand your value in this world, how you add value to other people's lives. Once you understand your value, then it completely changes the way you see yourself. You start to feel enough. You start to feel worthy. So a great way that you can actually work on recognizing your own value is to every day, at the end of the day, grab your journal that should be next to your bed for journaling and affirmations stuff. Every day at the end of the day, grab your journal. And I want you to just reflect back on the day. And I want you to write down one time during the day, one thing you did that added value to another person's life. So maybe you smiled at that old lady in the chemist. Your smile added value to her life. Maybe you had a conversation with one of the mums at school pickup where you both laughed and that laugh added value to her life. Maybe you donated a coffee to someone at a local coffee shop and you added value to their life when they go to pay for their coffee and someone's like, no, it's already paid for. If you're like me, if you're a coach, maybe you had a one-on-one session, you added value to someone's life. I did an interview earlier today. I know that interview is going to add a lot of value to a lot of people's lives. Like that interview is, can't wait for that to come out. It'll be in a magazine in December. I'll let you guys know that. How are you adding value to people's life? If you could just take a couple of minutes every day to look back at your day and realize, where have I added value to someone's life today? Just make a note of it. Do that every single day for about 30 days and then go and look back and see all the ways that you have added value to the world, that you are worthy, that you are enough, okay? You are a badass. So that's the 4 money beliefs that are holding you back, that are fucking you up, that are subconsciously telling you you can't do this. When I'm here wanting to reach through the screen and grab you and shake you and be like, you can do this, you can change it. You can create that incredible future that you want for your family. You can get out of this position where you just feel stuck and frustrated and totally fucked by the world around you. You need to take responsibility. Responsibility equals empowerment. And when you're empowered, that's when you can start creating that incredible life. So I know this life has added value to you. I know that these 4 money beliefs, once you can realize them, once you can identify them, that's when you can start working through them. Once you can start creating new beliefs. And it's amazing. It's amazing. So I will answer any questions before I jump off. If this has resonated with you, if you've gone, yes, oh my God, I'm totally doing that and I need to stop, I just want you to have a think about, how you're going to do that. What can you actually do to change that belief system? How can you move forward through this? Is this something that you feel empowered to work on alone, or is this something that you want a supportive group behind you to help work on this with you? Is it something that you want to is this something that you want to change? Is this something that you want to work on? Is it something that you believe will unlock a completely next level of you? And I just want you to close your eyes for a moment, put your hand on your heart and really think, is this something I want to change? Is this something I want to change? Is this something you want to change? And if the answer is yes, if you know in your heart and your soul that you want to change this, there's a link that I'm going to post that I want you to click. And it will just say, I'm ready. And I want you to just go on and have a look at the information for Money for Mummy. If you know in your heart that you want to change this, you will know that Money for Mummy is the right next step for you to completely transform your money mindset, to unfuck your finances and totally change the way you earn, spend, save, and attract more money into your life. All right, guys, I'm going to leave the comments open on this live for a couple of days and I will come back and keep answering them. I've popped the links in the bio. I cannot wait to hear your feedback on this topic. The 4 money beliefs that are holding you back. Can't wait to hear your feedback. This will also be uploaded as a podcast too. So if you are listening to the podcast now, I want you to make sure, number one, make sure you go and join our Facebook group, the Sexy Selfish group. And then number two, I want you to hit me up on social media at sexy_selfish and let me know what you thought of this podcast, of this Facebook Live. I love hearing your feedback. It helps me decide what topics you are enjoying the most and what you want me to share on more. All right, guys, I'm off for another coaching call with one of my beautiful clients. She's booked in a one-on-one purpose session with me where we are going to figure out exactly who she is after having kids and what she wants and how we are going to get there. So I will talk to you all soon. Have a fabulous week. Yeah, if this has resonated with you, please send me a message, send me an email, hit me up. I would love to know your thoughts. Bye.